Welcome to a BW Wellbeing World of BW Business World Dialogue with Mr. Sunny Singh, the founder of Roundglass. Roundglass believes holistic well-being encapsulates well-being across dimensions such as physical, mental, spiritual, financial, professional, social, community, and planetary. It was founded in 2014 by Mr. Sunny Singh, an entrepreneur, philanthropist, and well-being seeker. Welcome, sir. Talking to you is an honor and a privilege.
Glad to be here.
Mr. Singh, what my first question to you is how did the idea of setting up Round Glass germinate in your mind?
Yes, so I was my first startup was in the field of health tech, healthcare technology. My first company was RFX, and in the process, I got to know the healthcare industry really well. And as I looked into the healthcare industry in the US and healthcare generally across the world, I realized that the system was more of what you call a sick care or disease management system, where if something went wrong with you, you either we did nothing, we went the medicine route or on the surgery. And I realized there was not too much of a preventative or even a pre-preventative components into that whole infrastructure. And so I said, what is the right and the best way to care for people? And the answer that came to me was holistic well-being. How do you ensure physical and emotional, social well-being for individuals, besides other areas of well-being? And so I said, okay, then let's start a company that enables people to live a life of holistic well-being. And that becomes pre-preventative, not just preventative, where we do physicals or we do blood tests and whatnot, but pre-preventive is how do you live and the lifestyle that you live. By leading the right lifestyle, you are able to prevent the lifestyle diseases like BP or cardio-related issues or diabetes-related issues, or whether it's back pain and stress and anxiety and stuff like that.
Okay, Mr. Singh. Mr. Singh, so Roundglass wants to democratize holistic well-being for the world. So, what is the exact meaning of holistic well-being, and why is it so important?
Holistic well-being, the way I believe the epidemic of our times is not, COVID is there, but the epidemic of our times is the modern lifestyle. And the way people live today is causing all the major lifestyle diseases. And if we continue living the way we are living, how we eat, how do we take care of ourselves, how do we give enough rest to our mind? If you don't look at how we live, we're going to have the numbers are pretty devastating, right? We have 100 million people in India who are diabetic or pre-diabetic, 100 million plus people who have cardio problems, and 100 plus million kids who are stunted, obese, or wasted. Half of America has one lifestyle disease or the other, and what for me, lifestyle diseases are the same as chronic care or chronic diseases. And so, if you don't do something about how we live, these numbers are only getting worse year over year. And therefore, it became imperative and important to say, okay, how do we address these things? And they cannot be addressed just by the modern healthcare system or the current healthcare system. I said, okay, let's introduce a concept of holistic well-being.
What is your main mission, and how is Roundglass achieving it?
Our mission is that through in Roundless, we have a couple of things. One is we have something called Living with Sunny. And Living with Sunny is about making people aware of the concept of holistic well-being. What is holistic well-being? Number one. And seeing what are the modalities of it, like meditation, like yoga, like physical exercise, like sleep, food. And then there is, the dimensions of holistic well-being, which is physical well-being, emotional or mental well-being, social well-being, financial well-being, professional well-being, spiritual well-being, if you're so inclined, planetary well-being, community well-being. So the 8 pillars of well-being. So we have the different pathways of holistic well-being and different pillars of holistic well-being. And how do you take these different pathways, mix and match them in order to show us how to live a life in harmony? Something that that allows us to really address, living well or living in harmony. And so we're doing that through our app. One is Living with Sunny, which is our way to create awareness of holistic well-being. The second is our app, which is Roundglass Living. And Roundglass Living is basically you pick a focus area like I want to focus on healthy eating habits. I want to focus on stress and anxiety, or I want to focus on better relationships. So you pick a focus, and we show you how to mix and match these different paths of holistic well-being and start addressing that particular issue or condition or focus area in your life. And so between Living with Sunny, which is creating awareness of holistic well-being, to Roundless Living, which is an app, it's like your life coach that gives you all of those things and guides you through the well-being journey to address that issue. That's one part of it. And the second is, as a company, we are engaged in social initiatives, which is to do with, we have an initiative around sustain, around sports, and around Punjab, which is our way of giving back for society, for community well-being, as well as planetary well-being. So that's how we are enabling our mission.
Mr. Singh, in a recent podcast, you said that you're not in this business for money. Then what is your motivation or inspiration behind running Roundglass?
Of course, everybody has to create a sustainable company. So we're not saying we will not create a sustainable company, but what it is that how do we address this epidemic of our times in front of us that humanity is facing, which is our lifestyle, our modern lifestyle that's causing all the chronic diseases. So it is I've had a very successful career. Edifex was a very successful company. I said, okay, how do I, and knowing that the problem was right staring in front in my face, I said, how do I address this condition? How do I address this condition that is affecting humanity at large? And that's the kind of the impetus was that, look, things are getting worse. The stats are getting worse. How do we help? How do we address? How do we benefit humanity? How do we address this epidemic of our times? And COVID has also proven that, right? Because of COVID, look at the mental fatigue and the lack of mental well-being of people, right? And also it also kind of magnified the issue with community and planetary well-being. And COVID basically showed people the emperor has no clothes. That people had a tough time dealing with it. And of course, the situation was grave, but it exposed an underlying precondition that was always there. So that's how we're helping humanity is, and why we're helping humanity, why they want to do this mission, this cause-driven mission of ours, is to that if we don't solve this issue that's facing us of how our chronic diseases caused by our modern lifestyle,
Yes.
and we continue living like that, and more and more countries are, as they become developed, start living more and more of a lifestyle like this, then the numbers are only going to get worse. And so how we, and we have a solution in front of us, which is holistic well-being. So why not embark upon the solution and assist everybody?
Mr. Singh, in Punjab, Roundglass Foundation is doing great work in sustainability and climate change. How do you assess that progress so far, and what is the journey ahead?
In Punjab, you're doing some really interesting work. One is, if you look at the state of Punjab, we're saying, yeah, look, how do we take all the villages and make them eco-sustainable? Eco-sustainability means that the soil, the water, and the air is clean, and the villages are financially sustainable. That means nobody has to leave the village, which basically means that um, there's enough financial incentive, there's enough good quality standard of living that people want to stay back. And the way we're doing that is through certain programs. We have a program called Learn Punjab. We have a program called Sports Punjab. We have a program called Sustain Punjab and Her Punjab. And these programs are meant to kind of create a sustainable living and environment for the people in the village. So Learn Punjab is how to make the kids, think outside the box, become globally aware, see how the world works. We have a program for Sports Punjab where, how do the kids come out, the boys and girls come out and play sports in the evening versus you're not having anything to do. That a lot of kids in the villages, that's the state they face. Then we have, so in the Sustained Punjab, we have a plantation program, which we are going to plant 1 billion trees in Punjab. We have a waste management program where we take the solid waste, the food waste, and segregate it from the non-recyclable waste, number one, at the source, which is the home. Then we compost the solid waste, recyclable food waste, into compost and manure that can be used by the farmers. Then we started some programs around regenerative farming, and we're saying, okay, how do we make Punjab a regenerative farming state? And then in her Punjab, we're figuring out how to integrate women to become fully productive members of society. Workshops on menstrual hygiene, self-help groups, etc. So by these programs, we are ensuring that we can make the environment of soil, water, and air in Punjab clean, as well as make the villages sustainable through these programs.
So what I've like understood till now is you all have also started creating a lot of awareness in people about the modern lifestyle, about diseases, about illnesses. So, how do you think that's going? How much awareness have you all managed to spread, and what's your goal?
The awareness is increasing because first is, we have the concept called wellness, and that was related with meditation, massages, that kind of concept. But well-being became more of, a much deeper concept of, the various, and it became, okay, how do we look at stress and anxiety and depression, etc. Holistic well-being addresses all 8 elements, and all eight elements have to come together in order to address the whole of an individual, the whole self. Um, the awareness is increasing. People are currently, the thing we see is that people are currently looking at well-being, and then looking at it more of a wellness plus concept. They're not understanding complete well-being. And when they talk about, oh, my mental well-being is not good, they have to understand that well-being makes a person stronger, more resilient, more persevering. They are they're better suited and adapted to deal with the problems of life. But a lot of people take the concept of well-being and hide behind and saying, "Oh, my well-being is being impacted." Whereas well-being makes people, you
Yes.
know, just more aware and be able to tackle life issues and make better decisions. And so we're seeing that there's a misunderstanding and misuse of the word well-being.
Yes.
Holistic well-being is not even a term that's used that often by people. So our goal is to address all of that. Our goal is to make people understand what this concept is, what does it do for you, how to achieve it, and whatnot. So this is increasing, but we have a long way to go.
Mr. Singh, on a personal note, you were born in Patiala and you grew up in Punjab for a while. Any memories that you have that inspire you now, like till now?
I was born in Patiala, but I grew up most of my life in Delhi. So I don't have, I used to go back to Punjab for some holidays and whatnot. Um, so my memories of Patiala will be very limited. But I remember growing up. My grandfather used to be there. A couple of my immediate family members were there. So hanging out with the families and growing up with the kids was very very memorable and meaningful. Um, I just remember the people of Punjab being so generous and so enterprising, right? So full of hope. And then I've seen the Punjab of today where it needs assistance in terms of investment. It needs a platform people can leverage to better their lives. And so I see that some of that is missing today. And from what I saw growing up, uh, including people leaving villages, for example, and either moving to cities or moving internationally. And so it has a soft spot in my heart. I'm very it's my backyard. And I said, if I can in any way as an entrepreneur with the resources that I have from experience and otherwise, how can I enable my state to do well? So basically, I said, okay, well, let's take our own concept of holistic well-being and apply it to our own state, starting with villages. But it's Punjab is near and dear to me, and the people of Punjab are near and dear to me. And if there's something I can do that is within my ability, then I will do it, and I must do it.
So my last question to you, how do you practice holistic well-being in your personal life?
So I live quite a bit of it. So everything from I do meditation, I do yoga, I do physical fitness, I eat mindfully, I have a very strong connection with my food. I reflect. I breathe well, so I focus my breathing. I exercise empathetic uh, uh, relationships. Uh, I it's the other elements of holistic well-being where I take time to celebrate life almost daily. I engage in I'm very authentic communications. I develop and cultivate very meaningful relationships. I'm trying to be as present in what I do, live in the now. Another thing is humility. I try to exercise humility and be humble. I'm a seeker. I'm a seeker of holistic well-being. So I believe my best growth is ahead of me. So as a seeker, you're always curious. Um, it's just not the yoga and the meditation, which is very commonplace, but it is also the soft factors of life that I practice very often and a lot.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure talking to you. And it's really inspiring to know that you all spread so much awareness. You all do so much good work. You all are giving back to society. So that is really inspiring. So, Mr. Singh, I thank you for this interaction.
So thank you, Kavi. It's really nice to talk to you, and happy I could share some of my my ideas and reason why we're doing it, and hope to talk to you more in the future too.
Sure, sir. Thank you.